It's a great day for Blood Bowl. Coach DDS here with a very famous game in SWL history. So we've got some. I'll launch into these two wolves, massively legend strength for every skill under the sun, and another strength for wolf to top it off. Other than that, his players have some skills, probably aren't too exciting. Star for me is my strength for agility for orc as normal. I do have a whole bunch of other skills. Um, so, we'll get going on this, but I'll give you a bit of background as to why this is so famous. This is part of my unsuccessful premiership run. I had two seasons before this, 3 seasons before this. I had then had to take a season off and then fight my way back up because you start at a lower level and need to earn your promotion. So I basically, through no fault of mine, or at least I hadn't never been relegated, I was out for 2 seasons. Falcon had won those 2 seasons in a row, and I had been telling him that he had not really won. I mean, if the champ, which is me, wasn't there, wasn't able to defend his title, how is that a real victory? I'd also told him that I would withdraw those comments and admit that he was the master if I failed to win, and if I won, that I would never let him forget that those titles didn't really count. So at the end of this season, Falcon and I were tied on points, and he won the head-to-head. This season, this game, I think is famous because, I'm a pretty good coach, and you are about to see one hell of an amateur mistake. A mistake that, had I have not made it, most likely would have allowed me to get a draw in this game, and maybe a win, who knows. But, yeah. Yep. So here comes the pain. So right now, it's a pretty good matchup for me with all my strength, at least offensively. I'm not convinced. I think defense is maybe favouring him a little, in that I think he should be able to score. But scoring for me is probably not going to be a problem. Really, the question is how fast I get forced to do it in. Score too early, and he has a chance to kind of win the game 2-1. But it's just extremely difficult for him if I'm so much stronger than he is, and movement 6 isn't slow by any stretch of the imagination. I have that unstoppable stupid orc there, that it is just really difficult for him to be able to properly defend. And I slowly march my way down the pitch. I get so many players off here that I see a rather good opportunity. I see the opportunity to put some distance between them, mean that I will be able to guarantee myself a score next turn if I want to, but most likely I will be able to stall further. Now, at the start of the thing, I of course marked everyone with skills. Good old Hugh Jackman, though, has so many skills that I just wrote huge on him, since he's a very famous legend. Everyone knows what he's about. Well, you can probably see where this is going. One of his skills he has is jump up, which I had not really seen on the board until I threw that block with the troll. And then I realised that I had not only an assist here that could get to me. I mean, I always knew that, but I mean, look, it's strength 3 against a strength 4 block dodger. But he had now he has stand firm, by the way, so he's not going to get surfed. But yeah, things were looking pretty bad for me. Very, very poor form by me, and I haven't made that mistake again, but that's the way it goes. So I decide to run, I have to use a reroll here, but I decide to run a blitzer there. I of course fail to go for it, which I suppose there was a 4+ and a 3+ involved, so you can't complain too much about not making that sequence, but had I rolled a 2+ there, he basically couldn't blitz me. And even now, he has to make a 2+ here, he has to make a 3+ dodge, he has to make another 3+ dodge, he has to make two 2+s to go for it, or maybe just one to actually blitz and then one more to pick the ball up, and hits that pow. Stand firm, I'm going to be there and going to cause him grief. No, I am not. He knocks me out, and effortlessly manages to pick the ball up. That turn just devastated me in terms of the game plan. So now I'm on the back foot very much, though I am in front of him, and I do have more players than him, and I am stronger than him. So I'm confident that I can get the ball back. Well, maybe not confident, but I have a fairly reasonable chance of doing it. It's just simply a question of, am I going to have time to be able to score? So he does this a lot. I don't love this coaching that he does, but he leaves himself on the sideline. He doesn't have um, stand firm or diving, stand firm or sidestep. Um, so anyway, I do get a chance. I make some simple rolls first. I do get a chance to blitz him with an agility 4 guy. It's going to be a 4+ dodge roll. If that succeeds, I get 2 dice uphill. But all I need is, of course, to be able to surf. Now, I fail that dodge. I use a reroll on it. I guess it wasn't that likely, but I've still got a stand firmer there who's going to cause him all sorts of grief. He once again leaves his non-stand firm, non-sidestep wolf on the sidelines. This allows me a rather easy hit. I get to use a reroll on that in order to surf him because I got an attacker down on the first one. But he's off. I've got the ball. I get the ball back. I fail the 3+ dodge roll and badly hurt myself. So things aren't great, but I still have a reasonable, no, maybe not reasonable, but an okay slight chance of scoring. I need a 3+, 2+ pickup actually with my agility 4 guy, 3+ handoff and 2 2+. Of course, I've sapped all those rerolls on those last turns, and I can't make the 2+ pickup. So, yeah, not bitter at all. I'm sure you can tell that by the way I keep going on about the dice, but it wasn't the dice. It was that appalling mistake that I made. You know, you're going to have the dice. Some days you're going to have the dice on lose the dice on others. All you can do is make sure you don't do silly mistakes. So let's move on from that. I mean, I never will, but I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me rant and rave about it. So off we go. I use my 4-person formation. I've got 11 players. I am forced to play a goblin. He seriously injures a blitzer and then knocks out an orc. So things are really starting to fall apart. I opt for a very aggressive defense. I don't think now I'm going to be able to stop him from scoring if I play to try to score 0-0. I just don't think that's possible. He's got more plays than me. He's faster than me. And it was always a bit of an uphill battle with the speed and strength of those wolves. He allows me to hit him here with a 2+ dodge roll and a 2+ go for it, and I failed to go for it, so I was unable to hit there. That may have made the difference that I needed, but so yeah, look. Now you look back on it, you realise that perhaps that mislabeled jump up didn't cost me the game. I had other chances, just the dice didn't come through. This isn't really moving on from it, is it? But anyway, he runs at home. He's going to win 1-0. Well, he's going to win. He's going to stall here, and my aggressive defense has forced me in the middle. Looking back on it, I still think the aggressive defense was the correct way to go. I still don't think I would have been able to stop him scoring had I played behind the play and tried to limit how fast he could move up. He's movement 7. He's got movement 8. Wolves. It's just not possible when you're down on players. So that's the game. 1-0 loss, and you know, when you finish the end of the season, I think the fame of this probably grew for 2 reasons. The first one is because oh wait, well, I just knocked that guy down. Huh. Well, that's something that I kind of did not even remember that for a minute. But it looks here like he has himself not realised the space between things, and my agility 4 orc needs to go 3+, 2+, 2 go for it. So I don't have any rerolls left, and I'm hitting someone with block dodge, so not too dissimilar really to what happened earlier, and I get him down, but I did lose this game 1-0, so I presume he just comes back and gives me a whack and then picks the ball up. So yeah, I didn't even remember that, but yeah, it became famous essentially because it cost me the Prem title, and probably also because I keep going on about it. That doesn't help things. But that's it. I'm going to go and have a beer and cry. DDS signing off. Just remember, guard conquers all, and label your players.